to Amanda's Bookish Adventures. Today I'm going to be talking about some paranormal romances, and I think one that still does have romance, but it's just spooky. For this Halloween season, I'm going to start going off. These are some, I've read all of these books. That's why I'm recommending them. I've really enjoyed them. They've been 5 stars, so that is why I'm maybe 1 to 4 stars. It's been a while, but they're so high enough that I want to recommend them to you guys. So this one's an old one, and I don't even know if it's printed in paperback anymore. I think a couple of these are from the Love Spell Publishing. It was a book club every month. Love Spell was a book club, and they published books, and it would come straightly, some of their popular ones would come straightly to my house. So unfortunately, that publishing print no longer is available, but I hope some of these books are, because they're really amazing. So this is one, it's called Ancient Whispers. I'm going to read you the back, and I would say the author's name, but I really can't. Make love to me, sorcerer, show me your powers. Gabriel is the youngest member of the Priory of Callian, an ancient Celtic brotherhood of cursed sorcerers and alchemists, each with deadly abilities and each haunted by a tragic past. Tortured by the devastation loss of his fiancée in 1755, Gabriel wants nothing more to reunite with his soulmate. 2.5 centuries later, Gabriel still searching for his love, and then he finds Lily Belafonte, cool-headed and practical. She has no memory of Gabriel, but she can't also deny the pull of attraction, drawing under his seduction and urging him in to the Ancient Whispers. So Lily doesn't believe in magic, and she's practical. It's been so long since I read it, but I have reread this book so many times that it's absolutely amazing. They go through an adventure. She meets a woman who, I think, put a spell on the ring, Lily's engagement ring from her previous life, that when he finds her, that it will tell him it's his previous love. Well, Lily's had a couple previous lives. The thing is, when Lily finds out all this, when he tells her, she doesn't want him to pick her because of what a previous life that she has no memory of. So he fights for her to show her, I love who you are. And they go through this journey, and you do see the other cursed sorcerers. I have gone onto this author's website, and I have not seen a direct sequel. It does talk about her writing, but I haven't seen even any other books from this series. But if you can pick this up, it is really good. Now, this one is one of my favorites. I love this one. Heart of the Witch by Alicia Dean. I believe that's how it's said, and it says, there's a monster on the loose. A serial killer is murdering young women near Oklahoma City. On each corpse, he writes his name in blood, the Tin Man. But while the villain claims to be heartless, he is not beyond making a mistake. This time, he's left his prey alive. An ex-homicide detective, Nick Lannister, plans to use her to crack the case wide open. Yet Raven Skylar is nothing like he expects. She remembers little of the crime, and for the victim, she has deep reserve of quiet strength. In her eyes, he sees both helpless waif and merciless vigilante. In her kiss, he tastes both passion and power. With the tale of a Tin Man, it only seems fair that there's a witch, and this witch guards a secret that threatens not only both their lives, but their soul. From what I remember, because I want to do a reread of this probably next month, there are 3 proves. You get Raven's prove, the Nick's prove, and you get the Tin Man's prove. And as you're reading it, you learn more about the Tin Man. You learn more about her coven and a previous relationship that she's scared to dive back into. And Nick is there, and he just wants to understand her. And it's really hard to understand her when she won't open up. But like I said, it's from Love Publishing. I don't know if there's a direct sequel to this, but I love this cover. And it came out, I'm going to say, hold on. It came out in 2009, and this is one of my favorite covers to this day with Massive Mark paperback. Now here is another one. of my favorites. It's called The Gift by Deb Stoner. I've read this one 12 times since I've gotten it. I will never get rid of these books. If something ever happens to these books, I will cry because you can't replace them. Blood rivers of it. The visions are overwhelming. They are every time Beth comes to visit the scene of a murder. She lives the victim's last memories, feels the pain, sees the perp, and it is driving her mad. A flat tire, a deserted county road, and a man too hot to be true. Trading life as a Chicago homicide detective for a job as a nomadic insurance inspector was supposed to keep her safe. Time alone is anything but. What he isn't revealing about the missing person claim on his runaway wife. What really happened to beautiful Lorraine Booker Malone, and just how far will Ty take his seduction of one woman whose gift can uncover the truly terrifying. So I absolutely love this, and it came in that book series. She has so many problems with ghosts. What is her name? Let's see what it says. It doesn't even say her name. It just says Ty's name. Hold on. Okay, no, come on. What is your name? Say it. Beth. Her name is Beth. Beth has struggled with her psychic gifts her entire life, and it's inherited. Her cousin in the book is a psychic. Her parents are, and they're not psychic in the extent what victim they see is different. Like, she sees ghosts from being killed. Yeah, they can see the same ghost, only if it has like a regret or it's a similar power to talk to being a ghost. One of her last case really messed her up. It messed her up so badly, she ran away. Ty helps her, and while she's investigating the claim for his wife's disappearance. Ty's father-in-law does not want her in town. He does not support this decision. He wants to think his baby girl is still alive. Ty's oldest daughter is the one who said, "Daddy, please, let's just find the answers." I think it's been 5 years since the mom's disappearance. Ty is basically, his wife has disappeared. People say she took off and started a new life. He has 3 kids, and he loved her since he was a child, his wife that has gone missing. He's loved her since there was a child. He didn't know her problems. He didn't know what was going on. And he wanted to be there for his kids. He wanted to support his kids in finding the answers. When Ty and her get together, he's very resistant on not wanting anything romantically involved with her. He just wants this done, and she's like, I'm not going to be able to stick around, but this is their romance, and it's really good, and I really strongly recommend it. I do like the cover, but not much. This is one of my favorite covers, like I said. I still, to this day, love this cover. Now, this one is Meddling Kids, and I found out about this one because of Reed's Reader, and it's basically Scooby-Doo. But what happens if Fred is dead? So it's not basic. It is the premise of Scooby-Doo, but it does not have any of the character names, anything. It has its own mysteries and everything else. So I'm going to read you the back of the book. In 1977, 4 teenagers and a dog, Andy the tomboy, Nate the nerd, Carrie the bookworm, Peter the jock, and Tim the the dog, solved the mystery of the Sleepy Lake, the trail of an amphibian monster terrorizing the quiet town of Blythe Hills. Led the gang to spend a night in Dearborn Mansion and apprehend a familiar culprit, a bitter old man in a mask. Now, in 1990, the 20-something-year-old former teen detectives are lost souls, plagued by night terrors and Peter's tragic death. The 3 survivors have been running from their demons. When the man they apprehended all those years ago makes parole, Andy tracks him down to confirm what she's always known. They got the wrong guy. Now she needs to get the gang back together, a return to Blighton Hills to find out what really happened in 1977. And this time, she's sure they're not looking for another man in a mask. A mad scientist concoction of H.P. Lovecraft, teen detectives, and a love of Americana, Erican Controno's Medical Kids is a story filled with rich horror, thrilling twist, outright hilarity, and surprising poignancy. So it is really good, and this cover is really fun. It's really unique, and so basically Peter, who is based off of Fred's character, is dead. And they're all suffering from stuff. There is a romance in here, but I highly recommend it, even if you're not a romance reader, to read this book. It is a thriller mystery, and I'm not really big on mysteries or thrillers, but this one I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun, and it's perfect for the Halloween season. Now I want to talk about, let me get the books in the right order. I want to talk about this trilogy, the Three Sisters Island trilogy by Nora Roberts. So this is book 1, and these are really pretty covers, and even the inside is pretty, like, let me see, I don't know, let me flip the thing around. See, those are absolutely pretty. So book 2 and book 3. So I will read you the premise of book 1. I'll read you all the premises without trying to spoil anything. Now it says, when Neil Channing arrives on the charming Three Sister Island, she believes she's finally found her refuge. And I'm gonna skip that. Refuge from her abusive husband, from terrifying the life she fled so desperately 8 months ago. But in a quiet place, Nell just feels entirely at ease, careful to conceal her true identity. She takes a job as a cook at a local book cafe. I'd totally take that job. I love bookstores. And begins to explore her feelings for the island sheriff, Zach Todd. There's a part of herself she can never reveal to him, for she must continue to guard her secrets if she wants to keep past at bay. One careless word, one mistake, and the confidence of the new life she so carefully crafted could shatter. Now, there is a curse on this island, and it talks about the witches who created this island for a safe escape so they could live. So there is a curse, and it is a coven of witch series. So the first one is about Nell, like I said. The second one, without trying to spoil anything, is Heaven and Earth. Ripley Todd just wants to live a quiet life, peaceful kind of life. Her job as sheriff deputy keeps her busy, happy. She has no trouble finding men when she wants them, which lately isn't all that often. She's perfectly content except for one thing. She has special powers that both frighten her and confuse her, and though she tries hard to hide them, she can't get them under control. Distraction soon arrives in the handsome form of McAllister Brooke, a researcher who's come to investigate the rumors of witchcraft, the haunted Three Sister Island. Right from the start, he knows there's something extraordinary about Ripley Todd. It's just not her blazing green eyes and her sultry smile. There's something else. He's something he can detect, but she'll never admit to it. Fascinated by her struggle with her amazing abilities, he becomes determined to help her accept who she is and find the courage to open her heart. And then we have the final book in this series, Face the Fire. These are deckled edges, and I love this series and I love these editions, but I hate deckled edges. It makes it so hard to get the pages turned. And it's a pain in the butt. Alright. Mia Devlin knows what it's like to love with your whole heart and then watch your love walk away. Years ago, she and Sam Logan shared an incredible bond built on passion, legend, and fate. But then one day he fled Three Sisters Island, leaving her lost in the memories of magic they shared and determined to live on her own. So that is the third book. So in each book, they deal with the curse. They're trying to protect the island from all these hijinks and everything else. It is a beautiful trilogy. It's one of my favorite newer ones of her books, and I love the style. I'm currently reading another witch trilogy from her, which I wasn't able to get on for October, but I strongly recommend the Three Sister Island trilogy. It is beautifully written. It is so fun, and I couldn't put these books down. I didn't want to. All of these books are a fun and amazing read, and I highly recommend them for this season. Well, that is it for this video. Tell me down below if you have any spooky books, some romance, or even just spooky paranormal books that you want to talk to me about down below, and I'd love to hear. See you in the next video. Bye!